Democrats getting slammed for leaving town after holding a sit-in on guns, the weapon used by the terrorist in Orlando, while doing nothing about terrorism, which might very well continue even if we take away some guns. Welcome to the Kelly File, everyone. I'm Megyn Kelly. Congress has now gone dark. The members headed home for a week without doing anything to help the FBI or address the security failures that led to the horrific terror attack that left 49 people dead and another 50-plus injured in Orlando, Florida, last week. Instead, what we saw over the last 24 hours was like something out of Woodstock. Nearly 170 Democratic lawmakers eating donuts, staging a sit-in and singing songs, they said, to get a vote on gun control. Republicans calling it a publicity stunt, pointing out that this flashback to 1969 was really about something other than gun control in their view.
They are sending out fundraising solicitations, like this one. House Democrats on the House floor. Your contribution will go to the DCCC. If this is not a political stunt, then why are they trying to raise money off of this? Off of a tragedy?
We can't confirm how much money the Democrats were able to raise, but we can tell you about what did not happen today. Congress did not get to hear from wounded Orlando terror survivor Patience Carter, who was on the show earlier. She was shot in both legs by the Orlando terrorists. Patience was supposed to tell her story to Congress until this demonstration led to that hearing being postponed. Republican Congressman Louis Gohmert had a moment of his own.
Talking about radical Islam. Kill these poor people. No fly, no gun. No fly, no gun. No fly, no gun. No fly, no gun.
Joining me now, Marc Thiessen, Fox News contributor and a fellow at the American Enterprise Institute, and Austan Goolsbee, a professor at UChicago's Booth School of Business and former chief economist to President Obama. Great to see you both.
Good to see you, Megyn.
So, you know, even if you accept that we need gun control or reform or, you know, it needs to be addressed in this country, all of the attention was on that. And then they left without reforming a single thing because, hey, you know, July 4th is coming up, Marc.
You know, it's funny. Everybody agrees that we need to keep guns out of the hands of terrorists, period. There's no Republicans, Democrats are all united about this. There's a dispute over how to do it while protecting the constitutional rights of American citizens who are law-abiding citizens and having some due process involved so that people can challenge it if they're wrongly denied their constitutional right to keep and bear arms. But this is not about that. This is a complete political stunt. What they are trying to do here is that after Orlando, the Democrats are having an organized effort to distract people from the failings of Barack Obama's policy and his strategy in the war on terror by focusing on gun control. Since President Obama declared ISIS the JV team in 2014, ISIS has carried out 90 attacks in 21 countries that have killed 1,400 people and injured 2,000 people. They're in Algeria, Libya, Egypt, Nigeria, Saudi Arabia, Yemen, Pakistan, Afghanistan. Gun control is not going to stop the rise of ISIS. So the problem isn't that only that terrorists have guns. The problem is that terrorists are winning, and we need to change that.
What about that, Austan? I mean, France had a terrible terrorist attack that we all watched. They have some of the strictest gun control laws in the world. Even if you accept, okay, yes, I'd like to see the gun laws reformed, even if you're one of those people, you have to understand that taking away the weapon from these guys is not going to solve the problem because there are lots of weapons and we've seen them used.
Okay, you got a couple of things going on in there. I mean, what Marc said, I believe that is changing the subject. Changing the subject to what ISIS is doing in the Middle East and in other countries is taking away from the fact that the Democrats in Congress want them to have a vote on the basic question that is agreed upon by literally 90% of Americans in the last poll, that if you are on the terror watch list, you should not be able to get a semi-automatic weapon. And for the Speaker of the House, when they are literally voting for the 65th time to repeal Obamacare, to accuse someone else of a publicity stunt is really outrageous.
Marc?
Well, listen. First of all, it's not distracting. If this is the problem with the Obama administration, is that they think the rise of ISIS is a distraction from their gun control debate. I mean, Austan has just clarified for the entire people the problem that we have with the Obama administration and the problem of Islamic radicalism. We all agree that guns should be taken away. No, Austan, hold on. Austan,
okay.
we have to take guns away from terrorists. Everybody agrees with that. Let's say we have a vote eventually, we come to a compromise, and we pass a bill that's effective. The terrorists, if they don't have guns, on 9/11 they used box cutters. In Brussels they used a nail bomb. They used a pressure cooker in the Boston Marathon bombing. This is not going to solve the problem of Islamic radical terrorism, which is the larger problem that we need to come together to do.
What about that, Austan? Because nothing's been done. And no one's even saying anything's going to be done differently to address FBI resourcing, the ability, John McCain's bill, that would make it easier to take a look at the online social media of a suspected terrorist.
That's correct.
They're gone. They're going to go enjoy the fireworks.
Look, I am not. I was in the cabinet. I got briefed on intelligence. You're never going to hear me say that we should stop paying attention to evildoers in the world. There's some very bad people in the world. What I'm saying is, let's have a vote on some of these policies rather than voting to give ourselves a vacation. Now,
we can all agree on that.
I'm not faulting Paul Ryan. If I were in Paul Ryan's position, I'd be trying to go on vacation too. He's trying to hold together a coalition of people who are advocating some very unreasonable things, and they don't want to have a vote on basic rules to prevent terrorists from getting guns.
The Democrats do want to vote on
Austan,
gun control, but only if it could happen before they need to leave for vacation. And then, well, let's just hope nothing happens while they're gone. I got to leave it at that. That was a thoughtful, intellectual debate. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
We laugh because what alternative do we have?